everybody, Shayla here. Today I'm going to teach you how to use Google Sheets. So Google Sheets is a Microsoft Excel-like program that's sponsored by Google, but it's also free. So you can use it to create spreadsheets and like data sets. So let's check it out.
All right, so how we get to Google Sheets is up here we have the square of dots and scroll down and click Sheets. And here we are. So we've got a couple of templates that you can pick from if you aren't sure exactly where to start, or you can start a blank sheet. So I'm just going to open up a blank sheet. So there are a couple of things that Google Sheets is useful for, but the most common is going to be for just budgeting in general. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So in order to type things into a cell, you just have to select the cell, and we're going to type in income. So our general income is going to go here, and I'll just quickly type out everything so we can get to the next thing we can do with Sheets. So now I'm going to show you how to type in a formula that will add these two columns together. Make sure that the total, the correct box that you want is highlighted. And we're going to type into this bar up here. So we hit the equals, SUM, parentheses, and we can put select the box and hit the plus and hit the other one and end parentheses. And there you go. Now that adds up all by itself. So we're going to do the same thing with the expenses. So we're just going to put in some numbers. And we're going to do the same thing. SUM, enter parentheses, and we're going to select all of these. And end parentheses. And there we go. That is the total expenses. And we can here, we can put down, let's just say what's left over for savings. Do the same thing here. Equal SUM parentheses. Take this and hit the minus and minus that. And you have $450 left over, at least in the budget area. So that's pretty basic. Let's say that you want to try coloring it. So I'm going to take this and we're going to hit format. And we're going to put in alternating colors. So we'll apply to range. So we can do that either by clicking and dragging this way, or you can just type in the block numbers, the first block number and then like a colon and then the last block number. We'll make it green. And so there you go. Now it's green, and we have alternating colors as well. So for this one, for the expenses, we'll do red. We'll select this and go back to format, alternating colors, and we're applying to that same range. We're going to do, there's no red. Well, if you want to pick a color, there's the red, and you can pick a color 1 and a color 2. So maybe we'll do like a lighter red here. And there you go. Now it looks pretty. We can title it using the same way we do in Google Docs by clicking that, and we'll just put in personal budget, not budget. And so this is for July. So what we can do is we can name this sheet July, and we can add more tabs for other months. So I'm going to click Add Sheet and rename this August. So what I'm going to do is to copy paste this whole thing into the other tab. to lessen the amount of, so that I don't have to make everything up again. So I'm just going to hit Control C and go to August and Control V, and we're just going to change this to August. Nope. And so I'm just going to take some of these numbers out. So as you can see, as I was pulling out some of the numbers, these went right down, but that's because the formulas changed over, so I don't have to retype those, which is pretty nice. So now let's say that you want to share your personal budget with someone, or maybe you and your significant other or roommate are working on a budget together. In that case, you can hit the share button up here. And you can share with people and groups in, pretty much the same way, you can in Google Docs. So I'm just going to send an email to myself inviting me. And there we go. So now I've shared that with myself, and I can take a look at that whenever I need to. So now that we were able to create our own Google Sheet, let's go back to Sheets Home. And let's try to see what we've got in the templates. So if you don't feel like creating your own thing from scratch, there are a bunch of different templates for different things that you can do in Google Sheets, like a to-do list, annual budget, monthly budget, calendars, travel planner, wedding planner, schedule, invoices, timesheets, project tracking, some stuff for education as well. I'm going to grab a travel planner right here, and you can fill in all of the information by clicking on a cell and typing it in the top like that, like so. And if you wanted to change the font or the format in any way, you can definitely do that. This up here changes the color of the cell, so I can make it any color I want to. And we can change the font here. We can change the font size here. Bold, italicize, strike through, and we can also change the color of the text. Now it's blue. So if we hit this button, we can select borders. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this box right here, and we're going to activate a border underneath it and a border up top. And so now we have that. There are also options to have all the borders and only do the inner, horizontal, vertical, outer. That'll just do the whole thing. And you can change the color and the type here. You can have it 2 lines, dashed lines, whatever you fancy. I'm going to do red here. So there's that. And here you can also merge the cells. So this whole page is just for July, and there's no reason for 3 whole cells to be here in this. So I'm just going to hit merge, and now that's just one big cell. And if I want to center it, go here and center a line, and there it is right in the middle. Actually, I'm going to merge this one in too. And there we go. Now that's even more in the middle. If you want to insert a chart, you could do that as well through the insert chart area. And in the setup, we can give the data range from, let's say, A4 to D6. That's the entire income area, and see what that does. And so now, it gave us a column chart with the amount of money that you get in the budget and actual through a paycheck, side hustle, total income. You can change it vertically. You can make it a pie chart, the donut, scatter plot, a map, and some other things. We're going to keep the column right for now. And here's the data series. So this one does B4 and B6. So that's this line, and they have each column right there. And you can customize it. You can customize the color, the chart title, just gonna say income, and the series, the data series, the legend. You can put the legend so the legend here is at the top, and so on and so forth. I'm going to get rid of that because you don't really need it. I just wanted to show you guys how to do that. So this last icon over here is the functions. So these are the most basic. The sum is what I've been using for pretty much the entire thing. There's also average, which can calculate the average certain things. So I'm just going to click these, and that'll give you the average of two things. There's count. We're gonna do the same. That's seven. So the one I selected 7. Yep, I selected 7 cells, so it's gonna come up with 7. Max, we should come out with the maximum number out of the 3. And minimum, which will do the same, but it would be for the lesser. And there are a whole bunch of other things that will show up here. If you hover over a particular one, it'll tell you what it does. So I would recommend checking that out to see if you can save yourself some work, whatever you're using this for. And up here, we do have a couple more things that we can do. There's the share option. You can move it to a specific folder. You can delete it, download it to your computer, so you can work on it in it. If you have an Excel, you can do that. PDF, you can do that. A whole bunch of stuff you can do. You can import here, which you can import a file from your drive and put the data in that way. Undo, redo, cut, copy, paste, that whole thing. Here you can insert, we did the chart already, but you can also insert an image in a cell or over a bunch of cells, a drawing, and stuff from a Google form, which I will show you how to make those in a different video. You can insert a link, make a checkbox, comment, or you can put in an entirely new sheet. There's a format, so you can adjust all of that stuff there. You can adjust the text wrapping, a text rotation. You can split text to columns. You can remove duplicates, name some ranges. You can create a form, Google form here, which again, I'll show you how to do in a separate video. Do a spell check. You can add extra things, and you can even, there's some more help here under the tab if you need any more assistance with anything, and can, if you need to print it, you can do so right there. So that's about it for Google Sheets. I hope this video was helpful and informative for you guys, and I will see you in the next video.